seek to start off with tonight, we're going to start off with a few little breathing exercises just to sort of calm the mind. So I know a lot of us have probably had a lot going on during the week, whether it's to do with, starting to come out of this whole situation, or whether it's around sort of a lot of the stuff that's going on at the moment. So I thought I wanted to run through a couple of sort of calming type breathing exercises just to help soothe the body. And these are a couple of breathing exercises I've been doing this week, which I've found are really good for calming through the body and just helping to calm the mind. So if you have any sort of dizziness or issues like that you sometimes get, please do take this at your own pace. If you need to come back to a normal breath at any point, please do that. Otherwise, we're just going to get started, just coming to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to look the same as mine, and it probably won't look the same as anyone else's. So gently closing down the eyes, and we'll take a couple of deep breaths in and out. The shoulders draw down the spine. Let the chest start to open. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin here. Make sure the spine is nice and tall. And taking one more breath in here and sigh it out if that feels good. Maybe take one more like that. And then from here, slowly breathing in for the count of 3, 2, 1. A slight hold at the top. And then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Let's go in for 3, 2, 1. And out for 3, 2, 1. Taking a couple more breaths like that, nice and slow and controlled. And after we've taken a couple more breaths here, we're going to move into a Viloma 3 breath, which is a 3-part breath. I'll give you an example first. So we breathe in, take a sip of air, and then pause. Breathe in again, pause. And then breathe in all the way, and then pause at the top, and then exhale slightly, and then out further, and then all the way out. So breathe in, take a sip, take another sip, and then take a third sip, fill up all the way. And then out in 3 parts as well, top, middle, bottom. Breathe in, bottom, middle, and top. And then out, top, middle, bottom. Taking 3 or 4 more rounds like that. Take a sip, and a second, and a third, and then out for 3, 2, and then 1. Beautiful. Let's go. In, and in again, and again, and out, and out, and out. Taking another 4 rounds here in your own time. One more here. Coming back to a neutral breath. Beautiful. And then from here, slowly breathing in, take a pause at the top, and then exhale. Take a breath in, and pause at the top, and then breathe out. Breathing in, pause at the top, and breathe out. Keeping the eyes closed. Let's take 4 more rounds here. And then once again, coming back to a neutral breath. Take about 4 or 5 more breaths here, just at your own pace. A yawn might be perfectly acceptable if that's what your body's craving. And then slowly cracking open the eyes. And slowly starting to release, bringing the body all the way around to all fours. As you arrive in all fours, we'll take a gentle round of cat-cow here. Inhale, tip the belly, and then exhale, round everything through. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and out. Take 2 more here. Inhale, and exhale. In and out. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Starting to warm up through the shoulders here. So let's let the spine drop down between the shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Keep the belly drawing in here. And then push through the hands. Lift the shoulder blades apart and push the spine up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Exhale. Draw the shoulder blades back as if you're trying to get those shoulder blades and scapula to meet over the top of the spine. And then slowly push through the hands, push the spine away, separate the scapula. And then lower down and then push away. Awesome. Lower and then push. So I'm sure you can see a little bit of movement happening through my shoulders here. And then push away. Awesome. Drop the spine through the shoulder blades, scapula meet, and then push them away. Let's go 2 more. And then push them away. Beautiful. Tuck the toes under, walk the hands back towards the feet. Coming into a stretch of the soles of the feet. So planting the hips down towards the heels. If this is too much on your knees, you can actually have some padding or something like that underneath your knees if you need. Or you can keep the hands on the floor if that helps. Getting a stretch through the soles of the feet. Taking 2 or 3 more breaths here. And then slowly walk the hands all the way forward, untuck the toes, give the feet a little bit of a massage on the floor. And then slowly walk the hands forward. And if this is okay for you, tuck the toes and we'll push back up to down dog. Take this at your own pace. If down dog doesn't work for you, that's absolutely fine. We'll take it for a little bit of a walk to start off with. So bend one knee, push the opposite heel down. Let the head fall down in between the arms or release through the neck. And push all the knuckles of the hand down into the floor, which may feel a bit strange to start off with. But as you push the knuckles into the floor, it's going to take the pressure out of the ball of the hand and out of the wrist. Beautiful. Keep that walk going. Take 2 more breaths here. And coming back to center, maybe a slight bend of the knees. If that feels good, you can start to straighten the legs if that feels better. Getting a stretch through the back of the legs. You're going to take about 9 or 10 breaths here. Letting everything start to elongate. Take a slight bend into the elbows. And really bring the chest towards the thighs. Push the knuckles down into the ground. Let's take about 4 more breaths here. Maybe nod the head yes and no if that feels good. And slowly start to walk the hands all the way forward. Beautiful. Coming into a ragdoll pose here. Grasping opposite elbows, letting the body fall down onto the thighs. Maybe rock from side to side. I'm going to stay here for about 8 or 9 breaths as well. If you feel you need a little bit of support, you can grab a bolster or some other support and just tuck that on top of the knees and let the body hang with that little bit of support. So you can have a bolster or something else soft. My block is nice and soft, so I've got that between my thighs and my ribs. If you've got a bolster or a cushion, you may choose to use that. Feel the feet planting into the floor nice and solidly. Taking 2 more breaths. And slowly start to releasing any supports that you may have underneath the ribs. And then slowly start to roll all the way back up to stand. Take the shoulders for a nice big roll over. Awesome. Inhale, arms to rise all the way up. And then exhale, swan diving all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, folding. Beautiful. Let's step our right foot back. Beautiful. Lower the right knee down towards the floor. And then inhale, lifting up for a low lunge. You're going to hold it here. Scissor the legs together. Tuck the tailbone under slightly and get a stretch through that right hip flexor. If you like, you can grasp the right wrist in the left hand and pull it over to taking 1 more breath in here. Beautiful. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor. Tuck the toes, stepping all the way back, down dog. Your option is to stay here in down dog. Otherwise, let's roll the body all the way forward, drop the knees down to the floor, and then exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. And then inhale, roll the shoulders back for cobra. And then exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Let's release the hands behind us. You can take some support underneath the forehead if you need, if you've got any neck issues or concerns. Wherever you are, lift up through the knees, engage through the legs, engage through the glutes. And what I want you to do, really reach back behind you, engage through the lats, so just down the back of the ribs. Beautiful, and then slowly lift up, reach the hands behind you for a little locust pose. Really engage through the lats and the side of the ribs here to push the hands back. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Let's go one more round here. Really opening through the chest and working through the shoulders. Engage through the legs, push the feet into the floor, push the pelvis down into the floor. Pubic bone, pelvis, whatever you like, push it into the floor. Beautiful, reach the hands back and lift up. Pull through the lats to push the hands back towards the back. Lift up through the feet. Beautiful, draw the toes in together, lift the big toes up. A lot to think about, I know. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Bring the hands back beside the body, roll the shoulders back and push all the way back up. Use all fours, coming back up to down dog. Taking it for a walk here. Moving slowly and mindfully tonight. Awesome. From here, inhale, lift up to tiptoes. Draw the right knee to the chest and step the right foot through. Drop the right knee down and then inhale, lifting all the way up. Option to come into that same one we did last time, grasping left wrist in right hand, maybe lean to the side. Draw the belly in, keep it engaged. One more breath in here. And then exhale, hands drop down to the floor, tuck the toes, stepping left foot forward, half lift, and fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, and then exhale, folding all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, planting hands, left hand side, stepping left leg back nice and long. Lower left knee down, and then lift to that low lunge. Awesome. Left wrist comes into right hand. Pull it over to the side to even ourselves out. Push the top of that left foot into the floor. Take one more breath in here. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor. Tuck the toes and stepping it all the way back. Down dog. Take a similar salutation here on this side as well. Roll the body all the way forward if you're feeling strong. Option to lower to the knees. And then we lower all the way to the mat this time as well, with control. Awesome, let's inhale, lift to cobra, engage the lats, pull the shoulders back. Lower down, extend the hands back. Push the feet into the floor, push the pelvis into the floor or pubic bone. Pull the hands back, engage through the lats, lift through the chest, lift through the feet. Keep breathing. Big toes lift. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Hands plant by the ribs. Pull the shoulders back, pushing all the way back up, down dog. Make it your down dog, whatever that looks like for you. Awesome, and then inhale, slowly lift up to tiptoes and stepping left foot forward, drop the back knee, inhale to lift. Other side, left hand grabs right wrist, pull it to the side. Awesome, take 2 more breaths in here. And out. Hands drop down to the floor, tuck the toes, and stepping all the way through. Half lift and fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking 2 breaths here. Adjusting as you need. Maybe a little bit of time to remove jumpers if that's what you need to do. Beautiful. Inhale, arms to rise. And then exhale, swan diving all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Planting hands, stepping the right foot back. Beautiful. And followed by the left, coming straight to high plank. Your option is come to down dog and hold down dog. Otherwise, roll the body forward. Exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Take your pick. Exhale, back through to down dog, lifting through the hips. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. Shoulders draw down the back. Beautiful. Let the neck and head drop down. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, stepping right foot through. Inhale, lifting up, crescent lunge. Hold your balance. Draw the belly in. 1 more breath. Exhale, hands release down to the mat. Inhale to step. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding, planting hands and stepping back. Left, followed by the right, high plank. Option to go straight to down dog. Knees may come down if that's more your style. Otherwise, exhale to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Lift through the hips. Push the knuckles into the floor. Awesome. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Exhale, stepping left foot through nice and softly. Option to lower the back knee if that works better for you. Otherwise, inhale, lifting all the way up. Crescent lunge. Shoulders drop down the back. Little fingers rotate in. Awesome. Take 2 more breaths. Bring a slight bend into the back knee. Awesome. Exhale. Hands lower down to the mat. Stepping through. Inhale, half lift and fold. Let's build on. Inhale, rising. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale, swan diving all the way forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding, planting your hands. Right foot steps back, followed by the left. High to low plank or straight to down dog. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, through to down dog. Taking 2 breaths in here. Awesome. Inhale, lift to tiptoes. Stepping right foot through. Draw the knee to the chest and then step. Inhale, lift to crescent lunge. Awesome. Take 1 more breath in here. Exhale. Hands come back. Bring it to arrowhead. Draw the hands down and back. Inhale to lift. Back knee can be down if you need. Exhale to arrowhead. Beautiful. Inhale to lift. Exhale to arrowhead. Awesome. Inhale, lift. Exhale to arrowhead. Awesome. Inhale to lift. 1 more. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Awesome. Stepping it forward, half lift and fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding, plant hands, stepping left foot back, followed by the right. Plant the hands as you step back. Come straight to down dog. Knees may come down if you prefer, high to low. Inhale, and then exhale, back through to down dog. Lift through the hips. Push the hands down. We've got 2 to 3 breaths here. Awesome. Inhale, lift up to tiptoes. Stepping left foot through. Awesome. Inhale, lift to crescent. Awesome. Option to drop the back knee down towards the floor if it's all a bit too much. Keep a slight bend in the back knee. Front knee stays over the heel. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, tilt body forward, arrowhead strong through the back leg. Inhale to lift. Exhale to arrowhead. Straighten the front leg, back leg as you come into arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Exhale, straighten back leg. Inhale, lift. Slight bend in the back knee. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, stepping it forward. Half lift and fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take 2 or 3 more breaths here. Rooting down, dropping the feet into the floor, making sure the body is stable and breathing. Some inhale, arms to rise all the way up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, plant the hands and stepping the right foot, followed by the left. High to low, take your option here. Stay in down dog, use the knees. Use cobra, push. Back to down dog, meeting us here. Inhale to tiptoes, exhale, step that right foot forward. Inhale to lift all the way up. And exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, bend slightly into the back knee. Exhale to straighten. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to lift. And then from here, exhale, drop the back heel down towards the floor. Warrior 1. Awesome. And then from here, exhale, hands release down behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold to a humble warrior. Keep the hips in line with one another. Keep the muscles of that back leg engaged. It will help with your stability here. One more breath. And then exhale, hands release down to the mat. And slowly start to straighten through that front leg. Walk the hands around into a wide-legged forward fold. So you're facing the side of your mat. Pivot both toes around to face the left side of the mat. Fold the body forward. Awesome. Option to grasp the outside edges of the ankles if that's accessible, or just keep the hands on the floor. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the hands to the hips, slowly start to rise all the way back up. Pivot the toes, exhale, sink to goddess pose. Awesome. Take one more breath in here. Inhale, rising all the way up. And then exhale, bring the hands all the way down to the back of the mat. And then drop the right knee down towards the floor. So the knee that was at the front of the mat drops down to the floor. Inhale, lift to that low lunge. Awesome. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then from here, draw the right elbow around towards the left knee. If you've got the space, that right elbow can drop onto the left knee. Draw the belly in, maybe come a little bit deeper into that twist. We want the twist to come from the core here, not from the elbow hooking. So being very mindful here, pushing everything into the floor. Use the core to generate the twist rather than the elbow. Take one more breath in here. Inhale to lift it all the way back up. Hands come down to the front, or to the back of the mat, sorry. Tuck the toes, lift up, and stepping it all the way back. So down dog, facing towards the back of your mat. Just to mix it up. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up to tiptoes again. Let's go right leg again. Right foot steps up towards the front of the mat. Or should I say to the back of the mat, so we're facing the back. Inhale, lift all the way up, crescent lunge. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lift. Exhale to arrowhead. From here, inhale, windmill all the way around, warrior two. Drop the back heel down towards the floor. Beautiful, hips stay planted over in a straight line. Drop down through that front knee stays over the heel, hands draw out. Maybe looking out over the right hand. Beautiful, 2 more breaths here. Inhale, flip and reverse the warrior. Exhale, bring it back to center, reach forward, and then exhale, right elbow down towards right knee. Extend the top hand out over the top, extended side angle. Engage the core here. You have an option to release that bottom elbow off the knee. Use the core for support. Inhale, rise, flip and reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. And then walk the hands all the way back around. Come through that wide-legged forward fold, facing the opposite direction. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk the hands back around to the front of your mat, so the proper front of your mat. And then stepping the feet forward, half lift and fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let everything settle. Crazy, I know. Now I've got to remember all that on the other side. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding. Plant the hands, stepping all the way back, coming through your flow. Inhale, whatever that flow looks like for you. Exhale, meeting us back in down dog. If the flow is not for you, and you feel you want to skip it and just go straight to down dog or a child's pose and stay there and wait for us, absolutely fine. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, left foot steps through. Awesome. Inhale, lift up to crescent lunge. Awesome. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Front knee stays nice and bent. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Awesome. Exhale, arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Drop the back heel down. Warrior one. Beautiful. Hips stay facing forward as much as you can. Exhale. Hands release down behind you. Open the chest. Exhale. Drop down to humble warrior. Keep the hips in line with one another. Engagement through that back leg will help protect through the knee joint. Awesome. Inhale to lift halfway. Drop the hands down towards the floor. Straighten through that front leg as you come all the way around for that wide-legged forward fold. So inhale, halfway lift if you like. Exhale to fold. Maybe grasping the outside edges of the ankles. Take a look through your legs. Look around behind you. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Pivot the feet around towards the back. Hands come around to the back of the room. Awesome. Exhale, drop that back knee, what is now the back knee down. And then inhale, lifting all the way up. Low lunge. Awesome. Hands come to the heart center. Reach the chest forward. And then exhale, generate that twist from the core rather than from the hook of the elbow. Beautiful. Awesome. Take one more breath in here. And then exhale, release the twist. Tuck the back toes, stepping all the way back up. Lift up to crescent lunge. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Exhale to arrowhead, working strongly through the legs here. Inhale to lift. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Sink the hips down towards the floor. So inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. Beautiful, and stepping it back, high to low. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Inhale, lift to tiptoes, stepping left foot through. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting all the way up to crescent. Exhale to arrowhead. I think I added an extra round of this in here. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And exhale. Inhale to lift. We'll even that out. Exhale to arrowhead. Strong through that back leg. Inhale to lift. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Windmill the hands all the way around. Drop that left elbow down, side angle. Extend that top hand out over top. Beautiful, hold strong here. Your option, release that bottom elbow off the knee. Inhale, rise, flip and reverse. Windmill the hands all the way down to the mat. Walk it around, wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Grasping the outside edges of the ankles if that feels good. Inhale, lifting all the way up. And then pivot it all the way around to the front of the mat. Beautiful. And then stepping it all the way forward. Halfway lift and fold. Inhale to rise. Let's do one more round here, flowing through. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step or float back. High to low. Just do what you can. Exhale, back through to down dog. Awesome, lift to tiptoes. Step, right foot forward. Inhale, lift to crescent lunge. Beautiful, exhale to arrowhead. Inhale, lift. Drop the back heel, warrior one. Hands release. Inhale, and then exhale to fold. Protect the back knee, engage through that back leg. Keep the hips in line. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Hands come down to the floor, walk them around. Wide-legged. Inhale, halfway lift, engage the core. Exhale to fold. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, slowly lift all the way back up. And then exhale, pivot around to the back of the mat. Windmill the hands all the way down, stepping it back, high to low. Inhale and exhale. Let's lift to tiptoes, stepping that right foot through. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Exhale to arrowhead. Inhale to lift. Open out, warrior two. Facing the back of the mat. Flip and reverse. Exhale, come back to center, reach. Back to side angle. Extend the arms if that feels good. So the back leg and that top arm are in one nice long line from each other. Stay low through that front leg. Engage the core. Lift that left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath in here. Inhale, rise, flip and reverse. Exhale, windmill. All the way around, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Really engage the core here to help protect the spine. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk the hands around to the front of the mat again. Awesome. And stepping it forward. Half lift and fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Hands to heart center. Let's take 2 more breaths in here. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding, planting the hands. And we step it all the way back, high to low. Take your option for the flow. Use the knees if you need. Use cobra if you need. And push it back up, down dog. Awesome. We're onto the left-hand side here. Inhale, heels lift up, stepping the left foot through. Inhale, lift to crescent. Exhale. Inhale to lift. And exhale. Inhale to lift. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to lift. And exhale. Those under butt muscles are firing. Inhale and exhale. Warrior one. Awesome. Hands drop down behind the butt. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, folding. Inhale. Hands come down to the mat, walking it all the way around, wide-legged, forward fold. Engage the core here for support of the spine. Belly draws in, pelvic floor engages. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Awesome. Pivot around to the back of the mat. Hands come down. Stepping it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale through to down dog. Inhale, lift the heels off the floor, stepping a left foot through. Inhale, lift up, crescent lunge. Exhale to arrowhead. Let's go one more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, open it out, warrior two. Hips stack directly underneath the spine, nice straight line. Inhale, flip and reverse. Exhale, windmill around. Reach that left hand forward, bring it down. Extended side. Inhale, rise and reverse. Bring it all the way around. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Got 2 breaths here. Inhale, lifting all the way back up, engage the core. Windmill around to the front of the mat, stepping it forward, half lift and fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Fold on the exhale, stepping the right foot back. Beautiful. Coming through a floor if you like, or coming straight to down dog. Take your pick. Work it at your own pace. If you're coming through your flow, coming back and meeting us in down dog. Awesome. And then from here, lift to tiptoes, stepping right foot through. Lower the back knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands to heart center, coming into that twist, using just the core here. So elbow only touches down at the last minute. Core is generating the twist, not that elbow. Very important. Awesome. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Awesome. Stepping it back, high to low. Option to come through a flow, or just meet us in down dog. Exhale, back through to down dog. Awesome. Take 2 breaths in here. And stepping our left foot forward. Beautiful. Dropping the back knee down. Inhale. And exhale. Hands to heart center. And generate that twist from the core. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Stepping it back, high to low. All the way to the mat. Awesome. We've got a little back bend sequence here, and then we'll move into a few restorative type poses. So I'm going to offer you the option for a locust, or even a upward facing bow pose. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Taking your pick here, so reach the hands all the way back, same as we did at the start of class. Inhale, rolling up through the chest. Maybe lift the feet off the floor, engage everything, push the pubic bone into the floor, engage the lats, and then lower down. Option 2 here, you can stay with that last option or any other option. Feet can stay on the floor if that's more your style tonight. Engage through the legs, big toes draw upwards, So legs internally rotate. Legs all engage here. Pelvis pushes down into the floor. Lift, pull the hands back, engage. Option to lift the legs. Beautiful. One more, two more breaths here. And then exhale, release back down to the floor. Option 3. The heels are going to draw in towards the butt cheeks. Pelvis drops down again. And then maybe reaching and grabbing the outside edges of the feet, if that's accessible. If you've got the outside edges of the feet, draw the heels back in towards center. Knees draw into center, push the pelvis down, kick into the hands and lift up. Keep the knees in towards center. This is option only. You can stay with the previous version. Beautiful, and keep breathing. Engage through the back muscles, through the lats. Pull the shoulders down the back. Take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly release back down to the mat. Then release the heels. No slingshotting through the heels here to release. Maybe a little windscreen wiper of the hips from side to side. Awesome. Take it into a little bit of a release here. If you've got some form of cushion or support, you may choose to bring that and just pop that underneath the forehead for a little bit of support. The same as we did last week, we're going to move into that broken wing pose. So you're going to cactus the arms. Cactus the arms so the elbows come directly out from the shoulders, so out to the side. Hands point straight up into the air, a bit like robot arms. So hands are pointing up towards the direction of your head. Hands might come flat onto, palms might come flat onto the floor. And then we're going to lift up through the left hand. Push the left hand into the floor directly underneath your elbow. And then we're slowly going to lift up, push into that left hand, lift up through the left hip and open through the right hand side of the chest. Keep your cushion, bolster, block handy. Maybe use that as a little bit of a pillow. Your option here, lift that top knee up and around to the back, use it as a kickstand, or alternatively, if it feels better, just keep the knees on top of one another here. I'm going to stay here for about 12 to 13, 14 breaths. Just to let the right hand side of the chest open up. With all the time, a lot of us, particularly if you're here in Melbourne, with all the time we're spending at computers and that kind of thing, these chest openers are actually some of my favourite poses at the moment. We're spending a lot of time maybe hunched over keyboards and that kind of thing, so the opportunity to open everything back out is absolutely amazing. I'd encourage you to have some form of support underneath your head here, just to protect through the neck. And slowly starting to release everything back down towards the mat. Taking a few deep breaths here in center. Bring your hands to whatever position works for you. There's no right or wrong here. Every body is different.
And then bringing the elbows back out, coming back into those cactus or robot arms, whatever you feel like calling them. Let's come on to the other side here. So the left arm is cactus armed, elbow directly out to the side from the shoulder, hand up in the direction of the head, palm planted on the floor. Lift up through the right elbow, bring the right hand down to the floor underneath the elbow, pushing in to the right hand side. Maybe adjust your block, adjust your left foot into that kickstand or just knees on top of one another, and open into the left hand side of the chest. So the left temple might be down onto a block or bolster, cushion, whatever you have nearby. Pillow is great if you've got one. And slowly, gently starting to release back down towards the mat. Taking a few breaths here in center just to let the body equilibrate. And come back down. And then slowly pushing into the hands, lifting the body all the way up, coming back to a kneeling position here. Awesome. If you've got an option here, I'll offer you a couple of different options. If you've got any knee issues, just wait here while I run through a couple of options, and then I'll give another option for any knee issues. So coming back to a kneeling position, I'd suggest no matter what body shape you are, I always like to have a block or something underneath my hips. So you can see I've got my block just underneath my hips. And I've got my heels coming out to the outside of the block. So I'm here in this position, so it's a little hero type position. If you're super flexy through the knees, you can bring your hips all the way down to the floor in between your heels. But that's if you're super flexy. And then if you want a little bit more, you can slowly start to release back. Whether you release back onto elbows or bolster, whatever other support you've got, or whether you're just here on the hands, that's absolutely fine. As long as you're getting a stretch to the front of the body and through the quads. That's what we're looking for. Any knee issues here, you may choose to do one side at a time. So stretch one leg out long and then maybe lean slightly off to the side to protect through that knee joint. And maybe you might be here. Obviously, whatever you're doing, just protecting through that knee joint. So we're going to stay here. Or if this is still a bit too much for your knees, releasing any blocks and that kind of thing that you may have. And from here, come down to your back if you've got knee issues, coming into a supine twist, and then that bottom leg comes back around behind you to get a stretch through the hip flexors on that bottom leg. You may choose to roll that top hand down towards the foot and even see if you can grab onto that foot if that's not too much. Awesome, wherever you are in that hero pose. Or in this different version of cat pulling its tail, take your pick, getting a little bit of an opening through the front of your left or front of both legs or of one leg. If you've taken a lopsided version, so a twist or the one-legged hero pose, then coming onto the other side. Beautiful. If you've taken the hero pose, stay there if you're in the full version. Otherwise, maybe switching over to the other side, extend one leg out, draw the other heel around, and then coming back from here. So your option, getting a stretch to the front of that bent leg. If you're in that last supine twist variation, follow me back in for the other side. Beautiful, bring one leg over the top, bottom leg comes back around, maybe grabbing the foot. Bit of a weird position, but actually quite effective. Cat pulling its tail. Taking 3 or 4 more breaths here, wherever you are. And then slowly starting to come back to center. Let the body lie all the way down back onto the mat. So releasing the back of the body down, coming to lie down. You can slowly start to come into your Shavasana from here. Or if you like, you can bring a block or bolster, something like that, just underneath the shoulders. I'll offer you the option of having it either way that you like, so widthways or sideways. Take your pick, and lay that underneath the shoulder blades, and then just slowly drop the head back and open the chest out to the side, just to get a nice little chest opener, just to finish off. So you can have a bolster, pillow, cushion, whatever you've got handy can come underneath the shoulders. The idea being to lift up through the shoulders and let everything else fall down. So the chest starts to open here. Let's take about 8 or 9 more breaths here. So slightly shorter holds in our traditional yin type postures. Taking 1 or 2 more breaths here. If you've got something underneath your shoulders, maybe slowly start to roll off to the side and release whatever you've got underneath. Coming all the way back down to your back. One lucky last option here. Once again, come straight to Shavasana, or you may choose to lift the hips up onto a block or cushion or bolster. Your option is to keep the feet on the floor here. Stretch the feet out long, or even come into a legs up the wall. So taking whatever option works for you. If you're in legs up the wall, maybe giving the ankles a little bit of a roll over. You take about 8 breaths here in whatever option you've chosen for a little bit of an inversion, or just stay in your Shavasana if you're already there. Positions like this with the hips lifted up above the heart are a nice gentle inversion, even if it doesn't seem like it. Lifting the hips up to a slightly higher level than the head creates a slight inversion. Starts to let some of that blood flow from the torso come back towards the head and the heart. If your legs are all the way up towards the sky and that legs up the wall, you'll get all the blood draining back from the legs back down towards the heart, which can be really nice at the end of a long day. Wherever you are, taking about 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, slowly start to release. Maybe bring the feet back to the floor, release any supports that are underneath the hips, and then release all the way back down for your Shavasana. Hands might come out to the side. Palms might face up if that feels comfortable. Lying here, taking a few deep breaths, letting everything start to settle down. The breath coming to a nice easy rhythm here. The back be flat on the floor as much as possible, keeping a nice neutral spine. Yawns are welcome. Whatever you need to settle your body. And taking about 4 or 5 more breaths here. Take your time to rest and relax, lying on your back. Staying right where you are. Taking a few little movements through the fingers and toes, roll out through the wrists, the ankles. And then when you're ready, rolling over to your preferred side. And then taking your time, coming up to a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. And once you arrive, bring the hands to the heart center.
Taking a deep breath in here and out. My quote for you today is from Jay Shetty, who said, "Let's not make happiness and success about the size of our homes, but about the size of our hearts. Let's not make it about gratification, but about gratitude." Bring the thumbs to the forehead. To each other we say, Namaste. Thank you for joining me tonight. Have a lovely rest of the day, the evening, and I look forward to seeing you guys sometime over the next weeks or two.